They're asking us to use the graph to approximate it. And my gut feeling about this is I could certainly approximate these numbers, but not to a high level of precision, right? Like for example, I know this one looks about minus 1.3. This one over here looks about 1.2. This one over here looks about 3.1 to me, all right? Now granted, I'm kind of ballparking it. I'm not measuring it. I'm just ballparking it. So I really want to go to the software component of this. And to do that, I'm going to do Grapher first. And let me open up Grapher. Let me close this out. And I'm going to be typing that equation. And it's number 6. And it's a cubic. And it's going to be x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x and plus 5. And I'm looking for the roots. I have to zoom out because I don't see all the roots. At least I don't think I do. Let me zoom out. And I do see the 3 roots. Let me just zoom into the region over here. And let me use my, my tool, which to find the roots of that. All right, so equation, we've been doing this for a while, find root. And I want to find the root. I'm going to say, the root appears to be about minus 1.3, I think I said, right? So what does it say? It's actually minus 1.3301. And over here, you notice it's really not the exact root because the y is not exactly 0. But we're getting that, so not bad. And then the other one we're going to get, let's take a look at the other one. That looks about 1.2 to me. What do I get? 1.2016. But it's not really the root. It's approximately the root because we're getting a number over here that's approximately 0. What's the other root I saw? I don't know, about 3.1. What am I seeing over there? It's actually 3.1284. It's not exact and approximate, right? I also want to go to Sage. Before I do that, though, I want to point out we do list answers over here for you, and they're approximately equal to 0. Let me go to Sage, though, and show you what Sage can do. And let me clear the screen for you. And I'm going to type it in. I really encourage you to learn Sage as well. So what do we get over here? Let's go back, and we're going to type that in. So let's type in solve, and that's going to be x cubed. Whoops, that's the wrong thing to do, isn't it? X cubed minus 3 x squared minus 2x plus 5 equals 0, and we're solving for x. Let's see what happens. And again, you might be horribly confused by that. And yeah, for most people it is horribly confusing. So if you recall, we also tried something else prior. We tried find root, remember? Find root. And what am I going to do over here? Well, I want to find the root of this equation. And what I want to do is I want to stick between. Well, between what? I'm going to say between minus 2 and minus 1. And it gives me a pretty precise root over there. All right? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do f of x now. And f of x is equal to, let me do a copy paste. I'll say this over here. And I'm going to do something a little different now. I'm going to do find root. Oops. I'm going to say f of x equals 0 and between minus 2 and minus 1. Whoops, I made a mistake. Let's see what happens. I get the same answer. Let's do this. F evaluated at. I'm going to use the underscore, which what the underscore does is takes the output from the prior input. And what should it be? It should be 0 if that's the root. But it's probably not going to be 0, and because it's an approximate, probably going to be close to 0. Yep, really close to 0. All right, let's find another root. And I'm going to do now not between minus 2 and minus 1. I'm going to be between 1 and 2 now. 1 and 2. All right, let's pull this thing up. I'm sorry about that. And now I'm going to do f of that number. It should be 0, but it's approximate, so it's going to be approximately 0, and it is. Let's do the last root, and that last root looks about 3, right? So I'm going to say find a root. Let me go back. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. And I'm going to go between what did I say, between what? 3 and 4, right? Yeah, 3 and 4. You notice I'm using integers. You can use decimals if you like. Plain and safe though. And then you do f of that number. And it should be approximately equal to 0, which it is, all right? These answers are being listed for you. What I mean by that, I got the minus 1.33. That's right up here. Much more precision here. What's the other one I got? Let's see. I got this one over here, 1.2. I think you see that. And I got this one over here, the 3.1, rounded off probably 3.13. All right. Sage is very precise though. I'm only putting down 2 decimal places here because again, you're using the graph. And I'll be honest with you, even using this graph, it would be very hard to locate it to this level of accuracy. But again, you can use tools. Thank you.